And I'm going to take Oklahoma overall. I think their defense is going to smother Alabama. I don't think they'll be able to rely on the run. And I think Ty Simpson's going to have a long day in the pocket. Like I said before, this will be a low-scoring, ugly defensive game. I'm expecting about 17-10. I think Oklahoma just has a better defense. I think Alabama looked terrible, honestly, in the SEC championship game. Obviously, they rushed for -3 yards. It's like, how can I pick them? So moving on, we'll go to James Madison in Oregon. And I want to get on my soapbox for a minute because I hear a lot of people like, oh, this is a health issue. This is a safety problem. Like Alabama didn't play Chattanooga this year, who have worse athletic departments than James Madison, by the way, which produced Curt Cignetti and 37 of the other players that were on Indiana's playoff caliber team last year. JMU is a great athletic school. Just because they're not Power 4 yet doesn't mean anything. The spread was 21 points. That's kind of crazy. Personally, I think that's disgusting. You know, with that being said, I'm still taking Oregon. I think James Madison will cover. And that leads me actually perfectly into this Tulane versus Ole Miss game, because I think this is a perfect opportunity for a team to upset somebody. Ole Miss, early in the year, they played Wazoo at home and almost lost. And Wazoo was terrible this year. And that was with Ole Miss having their head coach, having their vibes intact, all that other stuff. No distractions, no time off and potential rust or whatever, or changing of how everything's working because your head coach is gone. I don't like this for Ole Miss. I know everyone's like, oh, Ole Miss is going to play with some fire. Ole Miss is going to... I think Ole Miss is going to play like a kicked dog.
Wait till you see the... No.
We got Miami versus Texas A&M, which I feel like is probably the wildest matchup. This could go any way. With that being said, who has a bigger history of crapping themselves when it matters? Miami. I'm not taking Miami. In a big game, I promise you, hell will freeze over before I pick the U.
Beck steps up, delivers downfield, intercepted! Jamari Sharp makes the pick that will clinch Indiana's first national championship.
Moving on. I'd like to talk about Oregon and Texas Tech. Like you heard me say, man, I'm not that sold on Oregon. Their biggest win is what? They played Indiana close, yeah, when Indiana had to fly halfway across the whole country, and then honestly made Oregon's offense look neutered out there. They look awful. I don't think that Oregon has proven it to me at this point. Not that they can't do it, but I think if I've got to put money on somebody, I want to do Texas Tech. But as those words were leaving my mouth, I thought about it again, and I just had the thought of Mateo Uyunglele just ripping through the offensive line and putting Baron Morton on the ground, man.
Baron Morton, empty set here on 3rd and 11. He only has 7 completions for 40 yards in this Orange Bowl. Oh, the ball is out! The ball is out! Uyunglele has it! Uyunglele, and then he fumbles and returns to the 5-yard line.
I'm going to go Oregon. I'm on Quack. I'm on Quack for real. All right. And that brings us to our semifinal games. We've got a rematch here, Oregon and Indiana. This game happened earlier in the year in Autzen. Indiana went in there, like I said, flying halfway across the country and made Oregon's offense look really, really boring, which takes a lot considering how much speed and power and all the different adjectives that they have on that side of the ball. That point in the year, we didn't really understand what we were seeing. We thought, oh, well, maybe Oregon's just not that good. Well, it turns out Indiana's just that good. I don't know. I was really taken aback. I was really impressed. Knocked a lot of words out of my head, as you can tell. I don't see any reason to think differently here. Maybe throughout the playoff, Indiana will change my mind. Maybe they won't look as good. But from what we've seen so far, they keep tossing teams in the wood chipper. And now we've got a rematch of the Big Ten championship game in the national championship. This is Greg Sankey's worst nightmare. Unfortunately for him,